Welcome to the MSC Seashore Cruise Review. Now it's a little bit different because we also did the Yacht Club, so we're kind of do this from a Yacht Club perspective, but also we did a lot outside the Yacht Club area, so we're going to speak to some of that as well. So as you can tell, we're still on board, and we're just going to do it now so everything is fresh in our minds. So the first thing we're going to start with is the ship itself. Kayla, what did you think about the MSC Seashore?
I thought it was a beautiful ship. It was super modern. It looked really new. Even like outside of the Yacht Club area, it was very modern. They had like really nice chrome accents, mirrors. It looked very elevated.
The staircases,
Oh, the staircases.
they were
the
beautiful.
crystals.
Yeah. And yeah, like everything was like marble, clean, really good. I really enjoyed the like aesthetic of the ship.
Now that being said, the layout of the ship was really strange.
Yeah. It was like one of those ships where you got to go like down to go across to go up. And like even on day 4, we're still like getting lost.
Yeah.
Like it's like, where's the exit? Like, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
So that kind of happens to you on this ship.
It was a bit of a maze, and it'd probably take a good 7 days to figure out where you're going and how to get there.
Yeah. Just a small critique I would say about the ship was that there's not enough bathrooms and there's not enough signage for the bathrooms. Like one example is on the Long Island pool, which is like kind of the main pool area where all the like sailaway parties and everything happen. There's just a single bathroom. And I went down there to go to the washroom once and there was like 12 or 13 people in line. And I was like, oh my God, I was just going to go walk across the ship to go to the bathroom at this point because I'm not waiting in that. But yeah, overall, not too bad.
On the subject of the ship, I guess we could talk about our staterooms. So we upgraded to MSC Yacht Club, and we had a
Grand Deluxe Suite, I think it's called.
something like that. Yes, very nice room, massive. My favorite part was definitely our bathroom. It was bigger than our house bathroom, I think.
Yeah, and it had like the rainfall shower and like the normal shower head. It was absolutely glorious. And the bathroom was just like big and spacious, and
Yeah, the
we
whole
loved it.
room was very spacious.
Yeah. There's like huge mirror TV. There's like the mini bar that gets restocked as part of the Yacht Club perks.
The balcony was super long, which was really nice.
One thing I would say I would like to see on the balcony is normally they just have those 2 chairs. I would like to see like the Yacht Club loungers on there because
There's
like
more than enough room.
exactly, like if you got room for a lounger, like let's put it there.
One of the other things I noticed about the room is there are like a good amount of plugs. However, the plugs are so close together
God.
that you can't actually plug 2 things in beside each other.
I don't understand how they made this mistake, like, or who, like, you know where the 2 plugs would fit if you just had 2 like extension cord like type plugs, but now all the plugs nowadays come in like the little cubes that you plug the USB into, and 2 of those cannot fit together. So you can only, when you see 2 plugs, you can only actually fit one. The saving grace that they do have is like the 2 USB plugs next to it. And also we brought like a European adapter. There's 2 of those plugs in the room as well.
There was one other thing, was one of the side tables has a phone charger that you could charge your phone, but not on the other side of the bed. So only one person has like a phone charger beside their bed.
Now, we really enjoyed the pool areas on this ship. So let's see if we can run through them. We got the Long Island one, which I talked about, which had kind of like cabanas surrounding the pool, or day beds rather, surrounding the pool. All the pools had kind of like the shallow area before you get in the deep end, which is nice when you're just kind of just chilling, enjoying the sun without having to actually swim. And there's plenty of lounger chairs. And in the Long Island, they had like a ton of dance space. And the best part, and this is what I think they do really well, is like during events or even just like casually, they have like beer carts and different kind of bars on the side of the pool that are kind of like pop-up bars. And that just helps the service at the actual bar go a lot faster. So they did a really great job with that. They had like shot girls going around, and they had like little stations where you can, you know, buy the drink of the day or whatever. But it was really well done.
Is that all the time, or is that because it was spring break, it was super busy, more people were drinking, they were trying to have like...
Yeah, you guys will have to let us know if that's something you've seen, but that's something that I thought was really good.
It was cool.
Yeah. The other pool area that we thought was absolutely amazing, besides for the yacht club,
Infinity.
was the infinity pool. So we love an aft pool. We think, like, when we went on Carnival's celebration in Jubilee, our favorite spot was that aft pool.
I don't think we went to a single other pool.
Yeah. So if we weren't in yacht club, we'd be down in that infinity pool like all the time. They had a bar, a gelato bar. They had 2 like aft pools. They had some hot tubs like further down on the sides.
I like that they had those white chairs that you can put in the water and like sit on those. And they had
Oh yeah, the
different
white loungers are
levels.
so good.
So depending on how wet you wanted to be, you could put them on the top where you're totally dry, or you could put them down on the second or third level. And yeah, I really liked that pool a lot. And I almost wish we had more time so that we could have spent more time there.
Yeah.
It was more of like a pass through.
It was a popular place. The loungers there went pretty quickly. But yeah, great spot.
A lot of people also mentioned that it is an adult only pool and that not everyone respected the rules, but I didn't see
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't see too many kids down there, if any.
any.
And then the last pool area that we were going to talk about is the jungle pool. This is more like geared towards kids because it is close to the Pirates Cove as well. So it is a nice pool. It's got a really cool jungle theme. They got like grass vines and a nice wall feature and that kind of thing. But it is kind of chaotic in there, and it's a good spot if you have kids. But they're just like running around all over the place. They're super excited, right?
Yeah.
So they have a couple hot tubs in there too, which is great, but they're usually filled with those kids. So I would say, yeah, it's a great family spot to be in the jungle pool / Pirates Cove area.
And then the most important pool was our yacht club pool. So it was a great vibe. It was very chill. It was not crowded. It wasn't hard to get in a hot tub. It was just very chill and I don't know, like civilized, the word. Like it was just so posh and
I really enjoyed how easy it was to wind down in the yacht club. Normally I find like vacation, maybe like day 1 or day 2, it takes you a couple days to just, well, that, but I was going to say it takes you a couple days to kind of relax. Like you're on vacation. It takes a couple days to get in that vacation mode. And for me, the yacht club made it so much easier. And it was a great spot to get away from like all the chaos. Like Kayla said, we're on spring break, and it got kind of greasy at times in the pool area, especially the Long Island. And it was fun to do some of that, and it was really great to have the quiet space after when we were like, okay, you know, maybe we're getting a little too old for this. Let's go back to the yacht club and just relax. And they just had like basically some like low volume music sometimes, and sometimes they kept it quiet. It was really great. And Kayla was saying like they have the hot tubs. There were times like we were just in there alone for like an hour. It was great.
it was really nice compared to some of the other ships where you kind of have to fight to get in.
Yeah.
Speaking of pools, the one thing I didn't love is it's the same as on Celebrity, where you're not allowed to bring your drinks at all in any of the pools or hot tubs, not even on the ledge or anything like that.
That's the thing. I don't get.
It's rough.
I know they don't want it to be spilled, but I don't get, like, you know, if you're just sitting on the ledge of the pool with like maybe your feet in, you still can't have a drink, whether it's plastic or anything, doesn't matter. And that sucks. And I think that should be changed. I get not in the pool, but sitting on the ledge, I think that's fine. But they probably have seen a ton of different, you know, kind of mistakes. Like someone could break a bottle or something like that, and then they have to clean the whole pool. I get the whole mess would be a huge inconvenience for everybody. So
I did notice since they've implemented that rule, though, the pools have been way less busy.
yeah,
Like you can actually get in the pool.
Yeah,
Most
we went
sea
down.
days you cannot get in.
the Long Island like pool deck was just absolutely jammed, and then there was like one person in the pool, which was kind of funny because normally it's like you can't even see the water. There's so many people in there, so it's kind of an interesting observation. Okay, for drinks. Now this is the area that needs a little bit of improvement in our opinion. And my biggest complaint with it is not like, no, they got like good liquor and they got good selection and everything. It's just that they don't have, for the most part, like signature cocktails or anything fun, exciting, or anything like that, different in any of the different bars. So like if you go to the Champagne bar, it's the same menu at the Shine bar. Like you'd think if you went to the Champagne bar, you would have like special champagne drinks that make it different and you experience something different. And like, or if you go to another example was the like cocktail bar in the jungle area. They had a bit of different ones, but I'd expect them to be like on theme with like being in this like jungle-ish vibe, but it wasn't. And they like could come up with different cocktail names that make it fun like at that place. So I noticed a lot of times, like, let's say you have like Coco Locos, right? Well, at one place it's called like the Horizon Loco, and then at one place it's called the Shine Loco. I don't know, whatever. I think they need to mix up the names, mix up the drinks, and make signature cocktails at each of the bars.
Yeah, especially places like Champagne and Wine Bar. Like I was saying, even if they had some sort of flight where you could get like different kinds of champagnes or different kinds of wine, or
That'd be such a good idea to have like different flights and stuff like that there.
Or something, just something that separates it from the other bars. Yeah, that was kind of a miss for me because we're used to ships like Carnival where it's like Alchemy Bar is so well themed, and then you go down to like Dr. Inks or the
and they'll have different menus, like again, like
different.
to bring Carnival back in for like the third time. At the
They
Alchemy
really do
Bar,
drinks
they
well,
have
though.
you open it up, it's like a light up menu and it's all special drinks for that area. Here, it's the same laminated piece of paper across the entire ship. It's like we can do better. We can do better.
A little underwhelming, I'd say.
Yeah.
The drinks were still good, but I feel like they can only go up from here.
Yeah.
All that being said, though, the drink package, I feel like the prices of the drinks were fairly reasonable.
Definitely. So we just got off Celebrity and Norwegian, but talking more about Celebrity for a second, the drinks were kind of in the range of like your cheaper drinks were like 11 to 14, and then your cocktails were like 17 to 20. And then here on MSC, a beer is like $7.50 and a cocktail is like $14. So I do get that maybe they don't do the fun stuff as much because the drinks are way cheaper. So I do think like if you didn't have the drink package, this would be a good option to enjoy some beverages a la carte. Yeah. So next we're going to talk about the food.
I literally just finished eating a pizza.
Yeah. The food on this ship has been a near perfect to me. I would say a near perfect, guys, because this is also from the Yacht Club perspective. Okay. So like our two main dinings were at the Yacht Club main dining room, which felt like specialty restaurant. The food was just perfect. It was hot. It was good tasting.
Service was excellent.
We were in and out in an hour and 15 minutes, I think, which is the fastest
ever.
And then the two specialty dining restaurants we did was Butcher's Cut, which I think is probably tied for the best steak I've had at sea. And then we did the tacos place tonight, Ola Tacos. It was inexpensive and delicious, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then just to keep rolling here, the buffet in the Yacht Club area, you can get steak, fish, whatever. They had like a great selection for me. I know Kayla's going to talk about her in a second, and they also had less fresh burgers. Like these boys were thick. And I was saying it's like, could be the best burger at sea if they just had the Carnival toppings at the Guy's Burgers. So it's that good.
Yeah, so for me, I thought the same thing as you. I thought our MDR experience in the Yacht Club felt more elevated. It did feel like more of a specialty dining experience. So I shared that. They had a ton of gluten-free options for me. The Butcher's Cut, I was always a little nervous because even previously on Royal, we've done chops where there's not a ton for me as a vegetarian. But I did not feel that way at Butcher's Cut. I was so full. There was so much food. It was so delicious and yummy. And then tonight at Ola Tacos, it was so fresh. Like we made our own guacamole right there at the table.
We muddled it at the table. It was so fun.
Such a fun little experience. It was super fresh, super good. A little bit healthier too, which was nice. And then the buffet at the pool, I really did like that they had more of a healthy spread. So it was like, those meats and fish and fresh vegetables that were roasted. And they had a beautiful fruit tray with like dragon fruit. Yeah. It was gorgeous. That being said, there wasn't always a ton for me to have. But I was okay. Like we had room service breakfast every day. We were eating great dinners. So I didn't really miss lunch.
And basically the way in the Yacht Club works is she could have asked for anything and they probably would have just like gone and got it for her. So it's just like what was readily available is kind of what we're talking about.
The one thing I wish they would have had is signage on like the allergens for me would have been a lot easier because I don't always know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But other than that, like honestly, food was absolute 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Great options. I don't think I ate anything I didn't like.
Yeah, same.
And my gluten-free pizza.
Oh my God, we have to talk about the pizza.
I still have half of it on the bed right now.
So MSC, I'm a little scared to say it, but I think maybe they do have the best pizza, or it's at least tied with Carnival. I was talking to Kayla, I was like, it's kind of just a matter of preference at this point, because from what I recall, the Carnival like crust is just a bit thinner. It's got a little more crunch to it, whereas like the MSC one is more doughy. The crust is like super thick, and I kind of wish I had like dipping sauces with it. Seems like that kind of pizza, right? So yeah, it's a matter of preferences, but for me, they're both like 9 out of 10. They're really good.
It was a tough call for me because my current favorite is the Royal Caribbean gluten-free pizza in Giovanni's
really
wine
good
bar.
too.
Very specific gluten-free pizza that is, it's not the Sorrento's pizza, it's the one that's in the Giovanni's wine bar.
That is probably also tied. That one was really good.
So that one is my favorite, but now that I've had this pizza, like, oh, this one was so good and it was included.
Yeah.
It wasn't specialty. I didn't pay extra for it, whereas I did pay extra.
Right.
So I feel like because it was free, it edged out Royal Caribbean.
That's a good point.
To me, MSC has the best gluten-free pizza.
There you go. And it tastes better when it gets delivered right to your bed, so.
100%. The only thing that they didn't do, which was so weird, is they didn't cut my pizza. So I literally just had an entire pie, and I was just like savagely,
cut it, so I don't know why.
just biting it.
Okay, some things we think they can improve in the specialty restaurants. We'll talk first about just generally. I think they need to add a tipping option because right now on this ship you can only tip in cash. Now I did see someone like have a receipt for a drink earlier, but they never give you the receipt. Maybe if you don't have the drink package, you'll get one because you probably have to sign for it. But you don't have any kind of like non-cash tipping options. Now, whether you can do that for a drink at a bar, that's one thing. But in the restaurant, I asked for a receipt because we didn't have that much cash. And he said they don't have receipts. They have just like this iPad that they make you sign. And they just need to add a tipping option to that iPad and everything would be completely fine. But like for us as Canadians, we don't have that much foreign currency. So
Plus, we're so used to every other ship being like cashless now.
I know.
So we didn't really realize, but
And I think it's better for the staff if you have the tipping option there because they'll get more. So I would say they need to add that like ASAP, honestly. But I'll just like plan better knowing that now about MSC, how we need more cash. But I thought that was a disservice to the staff, honestly.
Yeah, because then afterwards you have to like run around trying to remember who was your waiter and like, trying to give them money after the fact. So it's not the best setup.
Yeah, and the other thing I'd say about the Ola Tacos place, actually, you guys, let me know what you think about this. I don't like that the Ola Tacos place was like in the main atrium open to everyone else.
I do have to say we did have the best sunset view,
We did. But my point why I don't like it is there's a lot of outside noise, and then there's also a lot of, they started playing music right in the like atrium right next to us at the Seashore bar, and I could barely have a conversation because the music was like coming through so loud. So if they are going to put it there, I'd like to see some like doors to close it, like especially you can leave it open, but when the music maybe starts playing, maybe close it up so we can like actually hear each other speak in the restaurant.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of like specifically a problem for us too, because we're also trying to vlog too, and we don't want to be like screaming and like drawing a lot of attention to ourselves and ruining other people.
Just even talk to you, I don't want to be like, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so now we're going to dive into entertainment. So it's hard because we were on a 4-day, and there's a lot to do. So I think we only saw one theater show.
One theater show and the one cabaret show.
Yes. So the theater show, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was called Two Divas, and it was mainly just a singing show, and the singers were very good. It was definitely check it out. The thing, it was really nice too because we got escorted with the yacht club and we had like private seats. We didn't need to like book a reservation to the show or anything like that.
Or rush.
Yeah, the theater is small, so you need to, make your reservations. So make sure you do that. The thing I would say about, I've seen a few singer shows, like we did Norwegian Celebrity and now MSC. I've seen a few like where it's just like that is the main event of the show. It's a singer, and I would say that other cruise lines have started to up their game a lot with this kind of stuff. So like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, they've added like a little more oomph to their shows. Like Royal Caribbean's added like drones with the singing show,
Even
and like
sets.
the sets, so they got big screens, they got different props that make it so much more engaging, and I think they need to start upping their game a little bit with those kinds of shows, but it was still really good.
I would agree.
The other show we saw was the cabaret show, which was kind of like a variety show. Yeah. They had a few things. It was a couple singers, then they did like a violinist and kind of like acrobatics.
Yeah. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought because it was in Cabaret Rouge that it was going to be like a Moulin Rouge show or something, or like a little bit more cabaret vibes.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be either.
Yeah.
But I would say that I was glad there was a variety. It kept the show kind of a little bit exciting because when the singers came out, it's dark in there and it's kind of like soft, jazzy type music, I guess I would say. So I was getting a little sleepy. And then the violinist came out and was like crushing it, and the acrobatics, and I'm all tense about the stuff they're doing. So yeah, it was a good show. Yeah.
It's definitely, I would say check it out for sure.
And I think it's on every night. So
yeah, it is.
Pick one of your days you want to go and check it out.
When you walk to Cabaret Rouge, like just the tunnel on your way in there is so cool. Like there is a lot of like little Instagrammable places on the ship. It's so cool. So now we're going to talk about the events and parties that happened as part of the entertainment. So man, it was party on MSC.
Keep in mind we're on spring break, but MSC has probably the second best in terms of theme parties, I would say.
I would say it has the best attended.
Pretty good, pretty close, yeah. We'd have to think about it. I think the MSC, we did the white party. We did a 70s.
Silent disco.
Silent disco. We also did the 60s, 70s, 80s party. And all of it was...
The tropical party, too.
Oh, yeah, the tropical party. We did a lot of partying. It was fun.
A lot of themes.
And, yeah, MSC cruisers know how to party. You guys know how to bring it. Everyone's in theme. Everyone's all in white. Tropical party. Everyone's tropical. 80s people, 60s, 70s, 80s. People wearing wigs and like hippie outfits and stuff.
It was great.
The cruise participation is amazing.
10.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We even stayed up way too late sometimes. I went to like the cabaret nightclub after, and
oh yeah.
You definitely want to check out what parties are going to be on your itinerary. Bring some matching outfits. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
You're going to look stupid if you don't. So definitely pack some of those themed outfits.
Yeah. One thing they do have, like, that Carnival does too, is that they have like a fun squad that kind of pump up the party. I think Carnival does a little better job there, but MSC also does it. And the fact that they have like a fun squad really helps get the party going. So I liked it a lot. Especially
for the dancing parties, because no one really wants to be the first to dance.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't really know how to dance until like you're a little
especially
lubricated.
Too for the line dancing songs, right? You got to show the people how to do it.
Lead them into
including myself.
Yeah. Which I was so proud. You danced a lot on this
I did.
trip.
Yeah, I did some limbo too. That was a lot of fun.
And then just like everyone at the parties is having a great time. Like I didn't see any like issues. Like everyone was in a great mood. Everyone was super friendly. Everyone was having a great time. Like we talked to so many people.
Yeah, a lot of nice
made a lot of friends.
So next we'll talk about the activities. Now we didn't really do any activities per se, but we did like the embarkation party. I thought was like really good.
Super fun.
A lot of participation, great DJ. So I really enjoyed it. They also had, when they had to cancel Ocean Cave for us, they subbed in a party in the pool, and that was a lot of fun too. Kayla was like living her best life with the music.
The music, it was like banger after banger after banger. I was just living.
I wouldn't really say there were too many other activities going on. There's like your usual like trivias and that sort of thing.
Bingo. And...
But no real like standouts that are different than other cruise lines. So maybe it would be nice to see something a little different.
Yeah, I think in terms of activities, like something where you're going through the planner and you want to add things to your calendar, I didn't really add a lot of things to the calendar other than little shows. And yeah, so I feel like maybe there could be some kind of activity.
Yeah.
Like normally there's, I don't know, and I did not miss Sexiest Man or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there was like those pool activities. I think they had a volleyball competition.
Yeah, and maybe like some sort of relay race. But
oh yeah, the relay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they had a few.
Yeah, activities were they were okay. Kind of weak.
Yeah, but honestly, we were at the Yacht Club pool anyway, so we were not mad.
Okay, now we're gonna get to the Yacht
Why you're
Club
really
portion.
here.
So was it worth it, Kayla? What do you think?
I mean, I'm going to start from the very beginning. So embarkation. We didn't have to wait in a single line. We walked through like a little tent. We got a sticker. We were the first people let up. We were led immediately to an area where I was greeted with mimosas and champagne. I'm pretty sure I was like drunk by noon because they just keep pumping you with these mimosas, and it was such a lovely embarkation.
Yeah, right away I did feel special. Once we were getting on the ship, I would say it was a bit chaotic, but I think that was not there. The ship was late getting in, so they were way behind schedule, and I think it was just like a one-off, but it was a bit chaotic for us. But for me, the Yacht Club was amazing. I loved it. I want to live in the Yacht Club. Like, and next time I look at a cruise, first thing I'm gonna do is like, how much is the Yacht Club? So.
And I think for us, this was only possible because it was a 4-day. Like I think as you get into the longer cruises, it definitely adds up a lot.
Yeah, I priced out a 7-day one or something like that, and it was like 9,000. So, I could go somewhere real cool for that kind of money. So I would say you got to just check the price and make sure you can swing it.
I was just going to say, if it's in the budget for you and like maybe price is less of an obstacle, then like 100% Yacht Club, do it. Like, don't even think about it.
Another decision that's really going to matter is what ports are you going to and how often are you getting off the ship? Like, are you going to be able to like really capitalize the space?
Yeah.
But you do get like priority disembarkation, stuff like that. So that
like
could
when
help.
we were in Nassau, we went to like the Top Sail Lounge or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And they walk you off the ship. Like it's very catered. Like it's a very nice experience. And then in terms of the room, I'd say the room was massive.
Yeah.
It's huge. I'd say
the room
got our value there.
Yeah, the room was really great, but even better was like the like butler service that we were getting for the room. Like, for example, we had like 6 bottles of water, like these guys, like delivered every day.
Italian bottles.
Yeah, and we had the mini bar stocked every day with what I wanted. He when the first day he got here, he's like, "What do you like?" I was like, "Bring some sugar-free Red Bulls, some Michelobs, and like, whatever." And then throughout the whole cruise, he filled it up every day.
He brought us ice every single day.
Yeah, breakfast every single day.
Breakfast every day. Like, he even scoured the ship and found me soy milk.
Yeah. We got, room service with the pizza delivered a couple times. Whatever you want, you just pick it up, ask, and they'll bring it to you. So it really is amazing experience. It was probably the best experience I've had on a cruise ship because it's our first suite experience. So it is hard to compare like what my favorite cruise would be, but this would be up there because it was so special with the service.
It was, and there was like nothing you couldn't ask for. Like I broke a nail and I was like, do you guys know if there's anywhere I could go buy nail glue? And they're like, not on board. But one of the girls was like, I have nail glue. And she brought me her nail glue. Like she was a hero.
Another really great perk with it is the concierge. There's like always a person there, 24 hours, I believe. And there's never a line. And sometimes if you've seen the regular guest services, you can be like, that's a 30-minute line right there that you're skipping. So that is a really nice perk. Speaking of perks, though, another one that is like probably super underrated, but one of the best perks.
Oh.
The express elevator. You go up to the elevator, You just scan your Yacht Club wristband, hit the elevator. It comes directly to you, goes directly to your floor.
Doesn't stop in between.
I think we counted maybe once or twice we shared an elevator this entire vacation.
And it was with other Yacht Club people.
Yeah.
It was a game changer because I saw people standing at those elevators for a long time.
Yeah, it's like you kind of like sort of feel bad about it, but then you're like,
Oh no, I
kind
paid
of
so much
giddy
money.
about it as well.
One other thing to go back to it, like our room, to see if it was worth it. I noticed that the towels and the sheets were a little bit more premium feel.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I noticed in the towels. I can't really recall the sheets, but
they're
the
very
towels were really
soft,
nice.
and yeah, like I had great sleep. We didn't sleep a lot because we were up like at every party, but the sleeps that I did have were very comfortable, and yeah, just like I feel like the room it was more than we needed for
Definitely.
sure. And one other thing that our butler did for us that was just the smallest little thing, but it just brought me such joy. Every night he would come in before we'd come back and he would put a little bottle of water beside both of our beds with a little chocolate from the Venki downstairs, the very expensive, like delicious Italian chocolates. And it was just such a nice, small little thing. Like I looked forward to coming back to my room with my little bottle of water right beside my bed.
It's true, because I'd be like, oh, look, we got chocolates again. And it just brought a smile, and we really appreciated it. Our butler's name's Roberto, so if anyone's been on the seashore.
And you have Roberto, you're in for a good time. So I don't know if this is the same or if it's just in Yacht Club or if it's across the ship. So if you've been on MSC, let us know. But they have this really cool light outside of our door. So when we come in, you stick your key in and the lights turn on. And I guess on the outside, there's a light that lights up to let them know that we're in the room. And then when you leave, the light goes like green.
Green and red, yeah.
And so that they know you're not in the room and so that they can come in without disturbing you. So I thought that was really cool.
Because even if you're only gone for like 30 minutes, they'll know, oh, they're out of the room. I'm going to go clean it before they get back. Or nobody knocks at when you're not there, or like maybe at an inappropriate time, or just like walks in randomly. So I thought it was like a cool little thing. I'm curious if it's on all the MSC ships. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you've done it. Is it every room or is it just Yacht Club?
Now, some things, I wouldn't say there's like too many negatives about the Yacht Club, if any, but I would say that there still could be room for improvement, because I think the price is a little crazy. Like I said before, when I priced out a 7-day one and it's like $9,000, I could go like anywhere in the world and do something awesome for that
Go
cost.
to Europe.
Yeah, so I would say that if you can't make it any better, like in terms of the service, maybe they could just like provide more inclusions. Like for right now, you get like the Browse internet package. So you could easily bring that up to the premium at not a lot of cost to the cruise line. So that'd be like one thing I'd like to see. And also maybe like a specialty dining included would be nice, because
even just one.
Yeah. Like even like one person of the two, like maybe buy one, get one or something like that. I just think that the price is really high. So
it is. Well, like you think you do get your basic Wi-Fi and you get your drink package included. So the drink package alone is a big chunk change.
And when you do a Yacht Club interior, it's not as expensive as getting like something like the deluxe suite.
And I've
so
heard
that does help.
Interior rooms in Yacht Club are still bigger than your general interior room, so they are still nicer, probably nicer amenities.
Yeah. I think I would just like to see a little more inclusions for my dollar.
Yeah, a little more bang for the buck.
Yeah, but overall I was really happy with, like, I don't feel bad about spending the amount of money that we did. Like, I think it was an amazing experience, especially if you don't go on that many vacations and you don't like cruise that often. Spend your money on doing something extremely special, because it'll be so worth it.
Now, I'm curious for those of you who have done Yacht Club before, because I know when we mentioned to you guys we were coming on MSC, a lot of you were like, you have to do Yacht Club.
Yeah.
What are you guys asking your butlers for?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really know how to use our butler, like, other than room service and, like, stocking the mini fridge. Like, we don't want to be a bother and stuff like that.
It's true.
So I'm curious.
I even did ask him, I was like, what are some things that people commonly ask you for? Because I would also say, like, of all those things that I mentioned that he did really well, we also just, at this point, he's kind of like, this is no disrespect, I'm just describing it. he was kind of just like a premium room attendant as opposed to like a butler, I would say.
Yeah, I'm kind of like happy because I felt a little uncomfortable having a butler. Like it made me feel really weird.
Yeah, like we didn't have him. He escorted us to the theater once, and I guess that's the only time we used him outside, like room service.
Yeah, like we didn't need
Yeah.
them.
So let us know what things you guys do, and maybe we'll get a little better at doing this yacht club stuff.
Yeah, I think this is just our first time where it's like a little bit of a shock.
Yeah.
Being treated so well. We didn't know what to do. Okay, Ryan, I've prepared some questions that I wanted to ask you.
Oh God.
Okay, so overall, was Yacht Club worth it?
Was a lot of money, but it was worth it.
Okay, I would agree.
Yeah.
It was a bit of an ouch.
It takes a bit more planning and booking further in advance to budget, but it was awesome.
It was. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Would you do MSC again?
Oh, absolutely. I was already looking at like the World America cruise earlier tonight. So I don't know. We're looking for a cruise for Kayla's birthday for 2026. So it's far away. We're booked all the way up until
pretty much until then.
August of 2026. So we're looking like December 2026 at this time. So, but yeah, I was looking at MSC World America.
Okay, so yes, he'll come back. And would you do Yacht Club again?
That would depend on a couple of things I mentioned before, like how many ports I think we have, how long is the cruise, and what's the cost. But it will be the first thing I look at before anything else. And if planned farther enough in advance, I would.
Okay. I have bonus questions. Do you think, based on experiencing Yacht Club, that you would look into suite experiences on other ships?
Oh, that is a great question. And the answer is yes.
Okay.
But I don't know of many other ships that offer this kind of ship experience.
That's true.
Let me know what your guys' recommendations are on that. I do want to try like the version like Rockstar package, but that seems like even more expensive, I think. I priced a couple out and it was scary.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Why is cruising so expensive?
Yeah.
And then last question for you. What was your best and worst part of your vacation?
Well, I know the worst part was not going to Ocean Cay, and that would have been our first time there. And they have a yacht club exclusive area there, and we didn't get to see it or anything.
Yeah, if you guys didn't watch that day's vlog, we were winded out of Ocean Cay. We could not park. We tried like 4 times over 7 hours, and just didn't happen for us. So that was kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, the best part was like obviously the yacht club, but I would say like on the ship, the white party was really fun. That one comes to mind pretty quickly. All the theme parties. Yeah. Butcher's Cut was really good. Is there something I'm missing?
I really like the silent disco. I always like the silent disco though.
Yeah. Overall, it was like, like I said, one of the best cruises we've been on. So let us know what you like about MSC. Let us know what we missed and that we should have done. And
you know what we didn't do? So we didn't go to that spa that's included in Yacht Club.
Yeah.
We should definitely come back.
I would say we were scared coming on this ship because YouTube is filled with negative reviews about MSC.
Really is.
And it had stopped us from booking MSC in the past. And I'm glad we ignored it and
made our own
listened to you guys and booked it, because now MSC is on my radar for booking in the future.
And not even just Yacht Club. Like regular, like I would come back and do not Yacht Club again.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you to you guys.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for the review. Let us know what you think. And make sure to like and subscribe. And our next cruise is going to be on the Margaritaville. As we mentioned before, they've invited us down to try some of their new experiences they have. So that'll be next month. And then we're doing the Norwegian Aqua and the the Carnival Celebration Key we'll be going to. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow along. And
we also have Celebrity XL.
Yeah, in December. And make sure to follow us on Instagram at Ryan and Kayla. See all the live stories. We have a bunch of stuff to post from this trip, so we're excited to get that out. And if you want to see videos before anyone else, you can hit join or check out the description below and join our membership. It's a fun way to support the channel. We appreciate it. Thank you to all our current members and subscribers. We couldn't be doing this without you, so we really appreciate it. But I think that's it for the review. Have a good night.
I'm gonna go finish the rest of my pizza.
Yeah.